Well, good morning, everybody. I have a brief message about Halloween as it is coming up next week. It's creeping up on us. And I'm so amazed all the time that Halloween has become such a popular holiday. How did that happen? As a matter of fact, it is the second after Christmas for popularity. And that just shocks me a lot. But so that question comes up again. How should we respond to such a massively popular event? People expect us to participate, family members, children, whatever, but how do we respond? And there is pressure everywhere to participate, especially for the children. That's the hard part. But for Torah-observant believers, we cannot participate in a pagan ritual that is apart from regular Torah worship. We must be faithful to God. That is because God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And we must be the same also. We must protect the purity of Scripture, no matter what is popular in the world. And we must stand against this worldly intrusion into our spiritual life. That's what it is. So think about this. The question is, why is this about Torah? Why is this about Torah? Well, Halloween venerates every forbidden and unclean creature that God has named in Torah. So that brings it right here for us to oppose. And Halloween venerates Satan himself and the underworld that he rules, that is anti-God and full of demons and darkness. It's clear we cannot dabble into the occult even for a day, because God knows the lethal consequences for his people. And think about Israel's history. That was their problem throughout all their history. And God reminds us of our relationship and position with him. He says to us, "You must be holy because I am holy." That's our commission. So before we help a child dress up like a witch, remember God's words in Exodus 22:11, "You shall not suffer a witch to live." And before we help a boy dress up as a wizard, remember that God states in Deuteronomy 18:10, "A man that is a wizard shall be put to death." That's how God feels about those. And God is that strict because he knows the occult and how we can be drawn even deeper into Satanism through portals and doorways that lead to the occultic realm. I don't know if you know Joanna Michelson, but she is one of the best-known Christian authors on this subject, and she led a ministry to expose Satan's deadly deception. She wrote a book called The Beautiful Side of Evil to warn Christians to avoid Halloween events. She said that Halloween is the biggest recruitment day for Satanism and the occult, and I recommend this book, highly recommend this book for youth groups and for even counseling people about the dangers of the occult. And her point is, it's the beautiful side of evil that we're being deceived by. Because young people are attracted to the supernatural power of the occult, but it is only Satan's limited power as permitted by God, and not God's power being demonstrated. Satan seeks to be the power of this world, but only rules over the dead in the underworld, where souls are banished to hell for all eternity. In this domain, he proudly calls himself the God of the dead, or the Lord of the underworld. Even though he calls himself the God of the dead, he does not have the power to resurrect the dead, which is the sole providence of the one true God. But Jesus spoke about this in Matthew 22:31-32. But about the resurrection of the dead, have you not read what God said to you? I am the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. God is not the God of the dead, but the God of the living. And so here God declares his power and sovereignty over Satan and the occult. And we should think about that when we're thinking about Halloween. Thank you.